So what is up, guys? It's your boy, Alas, straight out of QC, Rep and Scopa for podcasting is the name of the game. And if you listen to our chit chatting, I promise to give you an entertainment. Game played.
Yeah.
Hi, good evening, Clyde.
Hi, good evening also.
Well, no doubt that the coronavirus demolished our lives as a young people, right?
Yes, you're right.
There's a lot of changes happened during this the past few months, even though we didn't notice visually due to that time the fact we are locked down in our houses. There were time that I was scrolling to my FB feed. They showed us how does the places here in the Philippines during this pandemic. Well, I can say there's an advantage of this pandemic, which is reduce pollution during those times. But at the same times, it's sad. Why? Because the Philippines we know before will never be the same as the Philippines of now because of pandemic.
Yes, you're right, Mr. Sega. And I know that this pandemic taught us a lot of important lessons and has a great impact for people, teenagers, and also to our viewers. And I just want to ask you, Mr. Sega, what lessons did you learn during this pandemic season?
What I've learned during this season is to stand up for your roles. And we all knew all the teenagers play a crucial role to ensure that they are resilient.
Yes, you are right, Mr. Sega. And I believe that all of us have different roles in this new normal, right?
Yes,
Well, since we are going to talk about the role of the teenagers, why don't we start ourselves first to actualize the role of the young people as catalysts for a better tomorrow?
that's actually a good idea. I'm favored to that idea, Mr. Clyde. Yes, you're right. We should start ourselves because we also play a crucial role in the new normal. Mr. Del Rosario, to start our conversation, what role do you have in this new normal?
Actually, I am fond of using social media, and we all knew that in this new normal, we are all actually sitting down in our chairs and fully focused to our technology. So the role that I play is using social media apps to spread accurate information to others.
Actually, I'm amazed on your role that you stood up in the new normal. And indeed, we must disseminate accurate information because of people nowadays are sharing and posting information through social media without looking or checking it. That's better. That's information are credible. So keep it up the road, Mr. Clyde. And I'm sure that teenagers are also playing that role because we don't want to disseminate fake news, right?
Yes, you're right. And on the other hand is to control the strength of communication. In because in this new normal, we are not allowed to go outside of our houses, and only our technology are the best weapon for us teenagers to control the strength of our communication. So until now, I am controlling the strength of communication because this is what we need to protect the communication with our friends and also to our loved ones.
That marvelous, Mr. Clyde. So I'm proud that you played that role in this new normal.
Well, I am also grateful for that.
You know what, Clyde? Your role will remain to our viewers as important lessons that we should stood up for it and for us to remain resilient youth. We all just want also to share my roles in new normal.
Sure, Mr. Asaiga, let me hear it.
As of now, we are learning using our technology for a reason. We are not allowed to go in to our schools, right?
Yes, you're right. And by the way, I am sad that we are doing this performance task through virtual instead of doing this personally. And for what I observe in this new normal, where students need to learn through online and using their gadgets, there's a lot of students face high consequence, which is to balance their time. And a lot of students are sitting down on their chairs for at least 5 to 8 hours. Therefore, it can cause irritation to their eyes and also illness to their bodies.
I feel you, Clyde, and yes, it's hard to balance our time moving on the role that I stood up of being a responsible student. I'm a student who always finish all my assessment and tasks to achieve the better grades. I'm sure that all of us are also playing this role because all of us have a dream and we want to achieve it.
That is true, Mr. Acega. We all want to achieve so much better to reciprocate all the hard works of our parents.
Right. We can really expect that. A lot of students are doing this in new normal, even though it's hard, but they are pushing themselves to achieve that beautiful clouds at the ends.
Wow, nice quote right there, Mr. Acega. Um, well, I just want also to add that I am also playing a role of being responsible citizen. And I know that all of us are playing this role in the new normal. And I am following all the protocols during the quarantine, and I'm sure you ACE are also doing this.
Yes, we should also follow the rules and regulation implemented in our certain barangays. But I just want to admit during this quarantine, I violated some rules in my hometown. But I did that because of my personal reasons, and I have to go from one city to another. And I admitted that all of you, for the reason, I believe all of us, we once try to violate that protocol during quarantine. I'm not uplifting that violating is okay, but we should know how to manage very well. If we already violated once, then we have to take it as a lesson and not do it again for us to achieve a better society.
And even